everyone. Now, so I was just filling up the forms of my school that I'll be joining from next month, that is April. You see, nowadays the schools they are asking us to submit our original documents before we like after we get hired. They ask us to submit our original documents, and they'll be keeping it till the time we work there. So I wonder why the schools have started doing that. It's my seventh year in this professional field of teaching. I have been teacher from past 7 years, and I've worked in two schools. So I think I can talk in this topic. So nowadays the schools are asking for our original documents. They ask us to just submit the original documents to them, which is illegal, by the way. None of the institutions or none of the private sector are allowed to ask or retain any original documents, or any kind of certificates or passports. They cannot do that. It is illegal in India according to the Contract Labor Act of 1970. Precisely in section 7 it is written that the principal employers are not allowed to, or I can say they cannot retain the original documents or any kind of certificates of the people, right? But even after that they are doing it. Now this is where we have to be careful. Once our interview is done and once we get hired, every school or every institution, they come up with their own kind of contract, right? And that is the time where we need to be very, very careful. We need to go through the contract really well and see each and every point mentioned out there. And by any chance, if we sign there where it is also mentioned that they can have our document till the time we work with them, then it's gone. Okay, so only after putting our resignation and our just completing our the service period, okay, we have to serve that, and then only we can take our documents back. Having said that, there are some schools which just harass the teachers or the employees to they don't give it when we ask for it. They'll just say that come after 2 days, or we'll be having some kind of things and all of that. They'll be doing that, right? So we cannot do that. Let me not talk about all the private sector, because I do not have knowledge about the rest of the private sector. I am precisely talking about the domain that I work with, that is education. I feel it is, I know there are people or there are teachers who are gonna hate me, I think, for saying this, but the fault lies within us, I believe. In my past 7 years of experience, I have seen many teachers, really good teachers, the different kind of teachers I have seen, right? There were teachers who just gave their whole life to the school, and there were the ones who just left in between without thinking of the students or the school or the reputation of the school, just because they were just in target of the management, or they were just in target of the principal, or maybe because of the school politics, whatever the cause may be. But I think the politics lies everywhere. We cannot refrain ourselves from politics. It is everywhere. We cannot run from it. What we can do is we have to deal with it in any way possible, in a good way possible, right? We have to deal with it. We have to keep ourselves aloof of it. But even after doing that, if it is too much, the thing that we can do is we have to give 3 months or at least a month to the institution where we are working, for them to find a new teacher or replacement for us, right? We have to do that. So because of the handful of teachers, I think the schools are coming up with this very good tactics of keeping our original documents with them. So I believe once you become a teacher, you cannot only think of yourself. You are the future. You are the builders, or you are the manufacturers of the bright future, right, of the students. So we cannot put their future in stake. I know that the management and the principal or the higher authority should also be thinking about the well-being of the teachers working with them. But what to do? It is what it is. That happens everywhere. But at least the least we can do is just continue with the session till our students gets into next class or whatever it is. But we have to do or complete the session. We cannot, it is very very unethical for a teacher to just leave the hands of the students in the middle of the session. I believe that's very very wrong. So that's what I think. Because of that, it's, भन्छ कि ताली चाहिँ दुईटा हातले बज्छ भनेर. I'm not talking in favor of the management also. I have just worked here as a teacher in every institution that I've worked, but obviously उनीहरूले पनि त आफ्नो लागि सोच्छ नि. Because of that only उनीहरूको यो सबै ट्याक्टिस चलिरहेको छ. So teachers, we also have to be little conscious about how are we affecting the future, or future is a very big word, or the life of the students, right? There are some students who are in, because of us, because of some teachers, because of us, there are some students who are just improving. So just imagine a student is just getting attached to a teacher. He or she is just performing well under the guidance of a teacher, and all of a sudden she leaves. It will be very very hard for that particular student to fall back into the same pace that he or she is going through. So all of that, I think, like, see, I have also done that. I have worked with two institutions in 7 years of my experience, where in second school I've worked for 5 years in one school, and another one was last year only. But even I had to leave. But I had to leave because of my severe health issue. I have fallen sick very badly in my previous school also, but I though I was sick, but I continued for for a long time in that school. But then last year my health was really really bad, because of which I had to get out of the school to get a real treatment, which is going on. So yeah, until and unless it is a very genuine reason, teachers, we should not be leaving. And before signing any contract, we have to go through it thoroughly. We have to, you cannot just sign in it, just read everything very very well and then sign, and then take a picture of it. I used to do that all the time. Take picture of it and then have it with yourself. Yeah, that's what.